welcome back to Couch Conversations. Today, we have a content creator, influencer, coin collector. The guy's got over 900,000 followers on TikTok. The channel, Coin Hub, Blake Alma. Or did I say it right? Or Alma?
No, Alma's right. Yeah.
Alma.
One time I went in a podcast and they said Blake Allen, so that's a lot better than, Alma. Yeah, that wasn't fun. But, Alma is the proper pronunciation.
Dude, you're crushing it on social media. I mean, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you're doing it all.
It's fun. It's kind of a dream come true. Never thought it would happen. But I created Coin Hub as kind of just inspiration of my mom. She has like a board game channel. I was like, I'm going to do that with coins. And it just took off. I was just like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was just doing it for fun because I've always liked coins.
So you're doing coin videos. That's what I do on my other channel, of course, Couch Collectibles. That's kind of like how we connect. What got you like into it? Were you watching any coin videos before you started
I've known
uploading?
who you were since like far before I did Coin Hub. And then I knew I watched Silver Picker, Rob Finds Treasure.
Okay.
I loved all his live streams as he picked out silver $half. This is back when I was kind of just getting into coin roll hunting and stuff. So I was like, I'm going to make a video on TikTok. I don't even mess around with YouTube just because that's your market. That's where you're good at. And I'm like, I don't want to jump on board over there. So I just had fun with TikTok, and then I posted the same videos on Instagram, and then those blew up, and the same thing with Facebook, and it just happened naturally. It was just so cool. Never expecting it, but now it's my full-time job. It's just a dream that I never imagined. Like, I didn't wake up as a kid and said, no, what? I want to wake up and make videos about coins.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. And it's funny just how the internet can just change things like that.
So what's your background? Do you have any like degree or anything in social media marketing or anything?
Sure. So when I was a young lad, so I'm 22 now, one might still consider me that. When I was...
Very young, man. Very young. Are you kidding me?
Well, I was 14. I loved to write, and I loved the outdoors, so I put two and two together and just started writing books and articles, and a company called Survival Life started publishing my articles. They paid me like $75 an article. I was 15 years old, so I'm like, dude, this is awesome,
right.
And then while I was doing that, a radio show network that doesn't exist anymore called WRVO reached out and said, hey, you want to have your own radio show? And I'm like, yeah. I was 16 at the time. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. And so we did that, and it was fun. And I think it wasn't like anything crazy, maybe like 10,000 viewers. It was cool. Then a small outdoor network found us, a cable network called Hunt Channel. And they're like, hey, do you want to turn your radio show into a TV show and just talk to outdoor celebrities on TV? I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool too. And so we did that. And then in 2018 was definitely the beginning of 2018 was the peak. I mean, we would talk to Ted Nugent, Duck Dynasty guys, Donald Trump Jr. Just all about outdoor stuff. Johnny Morris, founder of Bass Pro. It was really fun. And then, of course, there's these things called anti-hunters that came around, and they were not very nice. And so at the age of 17, my parents had a lot of influence on what I did because legal guardians. And they're like, hey, this isn't safe anymore. And so we kind of stopped doing it, and it just faded out. And that was the end of that chapter. And I didn't go to college. I just finished high school, did my own thing. I worked at UDF, United Dairy Farmers.
Wow.
I was taking out trash cans. It was so fun. And then, I made a video, and everything changed. And so, no background. I've been coin collecting since I was 9 years old. Always been a part of who I am. Nobody in my family collects. My grandfather did, but he passed away when I was 2. So I inherited his collection at 12. So that was cool, but my mom just gave it to me. She's like, I don't know anything about these, Blake. You can have them.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really have much of a background. So obviously some of my years in the outdoor work, making videos and using video editing software and being able to talk on camera, transformed into coins. So that was helpful, but no background.
That's
at
cool.
All. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's kind of similar to me, except for I went back and finished college after being out for a couple years. But other than that, I mean.
Where'd you go to college at?
Northern Kentucky University,
nice. Okay, yeah.
NKU. So, yeah, I was out for a couple years, and I was like, I just want to go back, get it over with, get those 2 years done, be done with it. Yeah. But you're a coin dealer too. Would you consider yourself a coin dealer?
I would
you go to coin shows?
I would consider myself more of a coin dealer these days than even an influencer.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love buying coins, holding the coins, looking at them like, oh, this is mine, and then reselling it.
Yeah.
Make my money back and go do it all over again. It excites me. That's my favorite thing to do in coins is buying the coins, holding the coins, reselling it, doing it all over again. And that's my favorite part about doing it. I mean, I think live streaming and making videos, it sometimes is quite tedious. I don't know about you, but like when you're up late, trying to edit a video the way you want, it's just like, but when you're like, dude, I have this physical investment that's worth, a 10-ounce bullion you're holding, like, that's $300. And like, that's pretty cool,
Yeah.
Like, it's a blob of metal, Yep. It's worth $300. I don't know. It's just kind of an empowering, cool feeling to hold that in your hands. But I do like dealing in coins quite a bit.
Okay. And you're selling some mostly on Whatnot?
Yeah, just about all of it's on Whatnot. I would say we had our own website, and we were selling a lot on there, but I kind of switched gears and just went full throttle on Whatnot. And
so Coin Hub on Whatnot. Everyone follow
Whatnot.
you over 20,000 on there?
Yeah, a little over 20,000. It's pretty awesome. I think Whatnot's kind of the future of coins. I love the idea of it. It's like TikTok Live or YouTube Live meets eBay.
Right.
And it's fast paced. You're not waiting 7 days to win an auction. It's 20 seconds, and you just keep going. I mean, that's up to the seller's prerogative. But we do it 20 seconds, and we just push stuff, and it's so easy, fast, and it's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's neat.
That's awesome. So what's your favorite coin, most expensive coin in your collection? You got anything interesting?
I got a few interesting things. Overall, the Morgan dollar, which is probably the most generic answer of all time. Mm-hmm. Morgan dollar is my favorite. It's the prettiest coin. There's just something about the Morgan that just makes me smile. I was dealing with Morgans today. I bought probably 10K in 1921 Morgans. I was sorting them out from BUs, AUs. They were all mixed. I got them all for 32 a piece, which is outstanding. And, just a shiny, when you find a BU, you pull it out, you're like, oh man, that's a pretty Morgan dollar. My favorite coin, like personally in my collection, it's not even a coin, it's a 1957 silver certificate dollar. It's worth $2. Who cares? Nothing exciting about it. But it's the note that started everything. Mm-hmm. When I was 9 years old, I was in children's choir at my church, and all the children would sit in the front row before they get up. And there was this older gentleman who always sat up front, nicest guy in the world, would hand out Jolly Ranchers. I'm sure everyone has somebody like that in their lives. And he opened up his Bible, and there was a 1957 silver certificate. And I was like, dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was 9 years old. I don't know what I said. But he's like, oh, yeah, it's neat. I used it as a bookmark. He kept it in Song of Solomon of all books. Don't know why he did that, but he loved it.
I've seen some people comment on my videos. They're like, well, why are you posting pictures of fake money? I'm like, just because it has a blue seal or a red seal, they don't have any, idea of
they have no
what
idea
actually
that,
it is.
The money used to be backed by precious metals, which
Right.
is pretty neat if you ask me. I mean, back in the day, you take that silver certificate, take it in the bank, and exchange it for, Morgan dollar, which is, pretty neat.
Oh, man, I have to ask you. So what you're kind of talking about is like gold and silver. I'm actually putting out a video this week about this, man, because it's craziness. What do you think about a cashless society? Because they're introducing
Like
CB,
the Fed now or whatever.
Central bank digital currency that is pretty much controlled by the government. I think that's interesting. Like, what are we going to do if there's no coins in cash?
Well,
do you think that the U.S. dollar can live next to the digital dollar?
So, I mean, if we switched everything, especially all at once, to, digital currency, it would crash everything.
Yes.
So if that does happen, it's going to be really, really, really slow. And I think you're going to have the option to be able to be like, oh, yeah, I want to put my money, digitally, or I want to keep it, physically in my bank. I think that's up to each person. I don't think it's going to mess up coins too much. The federal government makes so much off of us coin collectors producing coins each year. I like to think that's the reason why they still make pennies, even though they lose like almost $200 million a year on pennies. It's because us coin collectors love that stuff. And obviously the government doesn't care about spending money. And so, but they make a lot off of us coin collectors, especially with the Silver Eagles, and now they're reintroducing the Morgans again here in 2023. They're making so much off of us that they're not going to stop doing that no matter what. And there's something about having a physical investment that will never, ever lose its touch. No matter if the whole world goes digital, you're still going to have that physical coin right there in the palm of your hands. Like when you invest in a stock, you don't see that, and it's on your computer, right? You're holding it, and if, a day comes where, preppers and survivalists, their dream world of global economic collapse happens, which probably won't on that level, but if you have silver, you're off the hook, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's just something about that. And silver and coins, numismatics, you name it, holds its current value over, throughout all of time despite inflation. And so I don't see it going anywhere. It's such a cool hobby anyway. You could look at it as an investment, a defensive investment, a long-term investment, however you want, but it's also really, really fun. Like I said, it's just empowering the whole that coin or silver bullion is not going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion.
Okay, that's interesting. I think because
What do you think? I'm curious.
Well, currency technically already is digital.
Right.
How many people, like what percent of purchases throughout the country is actually used in cash and coins? I would say probably
Very, very small.
low.
Yeah.
So are we just going to have coins and currency just sitting in banks? Or
I do wonder that.
I think the problem with it is, like, if you look at, like, I remember, like, a couple years ago, like, a power grid went out in Texas. They had, like, a snowstorm or something, something, like, that's not, typical for that state or that area. So, they weren't really expecting, that much snow to be in that part of Texas because it doesn't happen very often. But, like, say a grid goes out and everything's digital, how do you spend your money? How do you go purchase something from a store? You wouldn't have ATMs if you don't have cash. No reason to have an ATM. So I don't understand a world without physical cash and coins.
Neither do I. No, I just don't see that happening.
But
I hope it doesn't happen either.
But I think the CBDC, central bank digital currency, what they're trying to do is basically make a digital dollar, but it's essentially like Bitcoin, just controlled by the U.S. government. Mm-hmm. Is kind of what I'm understanding from it.
Too, yeah.
But I haven't heard anything. People will say cashless society and things like that, but I haven't directly heard anything from this administration that's in office or anything saying that they're going to eliminate the current
I don't
dollar.
think so. I think you're just going to have the option of going either or. Maybe in 50 years, that's their long-term goal. I don't know. But right now, you're going to have the option of doing it, which I probably won't take up any part of that. I just like having physical assets.
Me too.
I went to the bank before this coin show in Chicago I went to. I'm like, hey, I need this much money. And they're like, we don't have that.
Right.
I was like, what?
You have to tell them in advance.
I guess I didn't know that. I'm somewhat new to this. I'm 22, so I thought I could just go to the bank and be like, oh yeah, I want this much, and they're like, no.
It's kind of hard to get more than like $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything over $10,000 is like, well, $10,000. The IRS gets notified. They want to know where you're spending your money.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get $10,000 cash from the bank if you don't call in advance.
They gave it all to me in 20s. And it was a lot. It was filled up an entire suitcase. I was just like, wow, this is weird.
Don't get pulled over.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, it's mine, I promise. Yeah, no, that was the first time. I've never pulled out so much at once. I was like, oh, that's cool. But
so why so much cash? Did you want to buy something in cash that was large from the coin show?
Yeah, if you go to a coin show, if they don't know who you are, they won't accept a check from you 9 times out of 10 because it's completely fair that they think that way.
Can you say what you were buying, or is it kind of personal?
Oh yeah, no, I bought probably I don't know $20,000 in Morgans, maybe another $10,000 in large cents. I bought some bullion. I bought some graded Australian kangaroos by Atnex. Just bought a bunch of small stuff. That's what's great about these shows. You wait till everyone's done, and then you go pick up the scraps and resell it for, get it for cheap, and then resell it for, what it's worth. And so that's what we do at shows. I represent Whatnot at these shows too, and so they're really fun. But yeah, we picked up a lot of cool stuff. And if you want to get good deals, coin shows are definitely your place to go about doing it, especially toward the end of the shows.
So what type of collector are you? Because I try to explain it to my viewers on YouTube on Couch Collectibles. People, they're like, where do I start? Just now getting into coins. For me, I say every collector is different. Me personally, I like to fill up all the different dates in my books. I don't care if circulated or not. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build a mint state Morgan dollar collection. You know what I mean? But yeah, what kind of collector are you? Do you collect pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and so on? Or?
I definitely have favorites. I like errors a lot. I collect tons of errors from particularly my birth year, 2000. I probably have 500 coins from 2000. Like a lot of it's just small stuff, like off-centered cents, maybe some lamination stuff. But I have a lot of that. I also like collecting silver eagles for my birth year, so I'll just go out. So I deal in maybe $100K in sales each week, and so when you're getting that much, you have to go through it. And if I see something from 2000, my birth year, I pull
you're going
it out.
through. Wait, let's rewind. You're going through $100,000 a week
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
in silver coins.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you purchasing that much and reselling it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
That's crazy.
Keeps me busy, and it's also scary because you're like that's a lot, you know. I mean, a year ago I had maybe $8 to my name, and now you have all this in front of you, and you're like, I don't want to mess it up.
How do you manage that? Do you have a team?
I manage it all by myself. I work late,
Yeah.
I start, I like to sleep in, okay? That's what's great about being self-employed. So I sleep until like 10, I wake up, make me a cup of coffee. I don't even eat breakfast. I get right into it. Normally you have to get the mail, check your email, whatever, see what's going on in the silver market, how much silver's at. And then I get right into it. The first thing we normally do is package up shipments, and I do have a lot of help with that, 3 or 4 days a week. So we ship everything in the morning, take it to the post office, and after that, that's when I deal with all the inventory and kind of count everything, put everything in special sleeves and cases, organize it for what show it's going to go on, live stream it's going to go on. And then we do the live stream and repeat the next day.
You're strictly on Whatnot, though.
Strictly on
You're
Whatnot.
You're not live streaming on other platforms.
Well,
right?
we live stream on our social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Selling coins?
No, we don't sell anything on our.
You're just kind of searching through.
Yeah, we
coins?
search the coins and we promote our Whatnot through those live streams. Like, hey, if you like this, come over here and check this out. That's where we sell our coins, so where we make money.
Cool.
And so, if you like our channel, come do this. You get $15 for free. And so, it works really well, and we have a lot of fun doing it. I don't really stream as much as I'd like to on social media, but because everything else just takes so much more of my time, all the administrative stuff,
Okay. Cool, man. I had something to ask you, man. Well, what is your advice for people that's just now getting into coins? What would you say, like, where should they start?
Small.
Or someone that's, inherited a coin collection, they have no idea where to start.
Well, Red Book.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Red Book. I mean,
And then get yourself a Coin Hub book.
Yeah, get that beautiful book. If you like errors, get Justin's beautiful book. He covers everything coin hunting. I just talk
Tell
about
us
coin
about
errors.
this book real quick. You just released this, right? 2023?
Yeah, so I wrote it for pretty much my audience. If you want to learn more about coin errors, that's what it's focused on. I don't talk about W quarters. I don't really talk about silver coins. I don't talk about the value of, old numismatics. I talk about errors and what you can find in circulation that's worth money. The odds of you finding it, however, might be less than par. But I focus on errors that you should know about as a collector. So if you're at McDonald's and get change back, and you're like, oh, that looks funky, well, then you have a resource to compare it to. There's not a lot of books out there that really point out particular catalog errors by NGC. And so I thought it'd be good to write one. A lot of people wanted me to put in the independent values of these coins, which I didn't feel like I would be the authoritative person to give them that number. And so I gave them advice in the book how to go about finding those numbers. But it's focused on coin errors. So if you like ripping open rolls, if you like looking through your parents' coin jars, if you like reaching your hand to your couch to get a French fry and some coins down, you want to look at those. This book's for you. And so if you want to find anything in circulation that's worth more than its intended value, error-wise, it's the ultimate guide for that. And it's small too, so I mean it's not like a super lengthy book like the Red Book where you have to memorize all the details. It's quick and straight to the point, and I have pictures for everything you need to find out.
That's awesome. Probably the top selling coin book on Amazon right now.
It was. When I first released it, surpassed the Red Book, which was
that's incredible.
It was awesome. Now it's still the number one in its category, but the Red Book has resurfaced as one. But no, it was really exciting. I did not expect it to go take off the way it did. I thought maybe a couple hundred of my followers would go buy it. It flew off the shelf.
Yeah.
Like we put 150 copies. I bought my own copies, and we were going to sell them on Whatnot. Bought 150 of them, and we sold them all in a day.
Wow.
And it just flew right off. I was like, okay, so I had to get more today. And so, no, it was a massive success, and I wasn't expecting that. So I'm really grateful for it. And it was a fun little project. I enjoyed doing it. And, it's not work if you're doing what you love,
Right.
Yeah.
how do you deal with the people online, man? These comments. Do you even read comments? Because
I do read comments. If it's a super viral video, if it gets like 3 million views or something, I don't look at the comments. There's too many of them. But like on my smaller ones that get like 80,000, 100,000, I'll take a look and see what's going on. A lot of the times, there's 3 predominant comments. I'm sure you get this a lot too.
Yeah.
1, where can I sell it?
Yep.
2, that's fake. 3, who's going to buy it?
Yeah.
Even though the first one, this last one, they're kind of associated with each other. Those are the most predominant questions. And the answer to the first and third question is us coin collectors buy that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I've called my coin store and told them what I have, and they weren't interested. That's because people go in there all the time offering something that's truly worthless.
Right.
If it's truly something valuable, go take it in there and show it to them. But you got to do your research first. Don't just take a 1993 White AM thinking it's worth anything, because it's not. It's a penny. And so
but the 1992 White AM
that's
is a different story.
Oh, correct. I mean, I think the cheapest 1992 White AM, you're going to look at like $300, And so I'm definitely interested in one of those. I don't even have a 1992. I have some 2000s, of course, because that's my birth year. But
those are the less.
They're pretty common.
The more common ones, yeah.
I have one graded at like mint state 66 or something, so it's a little bit better.
I think I have one.
Yeah, those are awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I love those. PCGS, but do your research first, and then take it to the coin store. Don't just call them and be like, oh, I have it. Do your research, double check. If I tell any of my followers this, I'll tell any of your followers this, any other coin influencer, do not let that person be the sole source of your information, because there's a lot more out there. And I will admit this, at some point in my videos, I'm sure I've made a mistake and accidentally said the wrong thing. I'm sure you've done it.
Oh,
Everyone's
yes.
done it,
Of course.
And so no matter who you are, if you are watching my channel, anybody else's channel, go double check everything. PCGS has so many resources for that. NGC does. Obviously, the Red Book's a great source. There's tons of sources out there. Even Fox News these days are writing articles about errors. And so, I mean, there's
They want
so
that
much
ad
information.
revenue, man.
Yeah.
They want that ad revenue.
Well, they asked me a question, right? They've mentioned me a couple times, but they asked me about a wheat penny, a 1944 wheat penny that somebody had posted on their Twitter. It was smashed to smithereens. They're like, how much do you think this error is worth? I'm like, it's just a smashed wheat
0.
penny.
I get emails like that.
Maybe like 2 cents in
daily.
melt value. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
my gosh, but it was kind of funny. But there's so much information out there, and so I think us influencers are like, their gateway is the gateway to coins. They find us, they're like, oh, this is awesome. Like, it's not old dusty coins anymore. It's, I can go find these myself. This is awesome. Now, it's always been that, but nobody really got into it until after COVID, because they were looking for something to do. Like, I want to go do this. Well, watching my videos is a great way to get started. If you're an expert in coin collecting, I don't recommend my channel. Yeah. It's for everyone that's starting off. It's to bring them in, and it's really the future. I think social media is the future of coin collecting. I've said that multiple times.
For sure.
It's really future, if I want to say anything.
These companies, man, they got to realize too, like the coin creators, us, on YouTube and other social platforms. We have a lot of value in influencing their specific demographic.
But yet they still hate it. They still don't like us. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah. Some of them don't.
Yeah.
Really, they're either going to be forced to work with us creators, or they're just going to be way less successful. And we're just going to work with their competitor if they don't work with us. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
I went to the coin show, this coin show in Chicago, and there was a numismatic. His name is. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a really great guy, based upon what I know about him. I don't know much, but based upon what I know about him, he did a seminar about getting young numismatists into the industry. And he said a lot of things I agreed with, and a lot of things I didn't agree with. This is dicey, but he said that my generation needs to go to these coin stores, walk in there and say, hey, I'm this guy. I want to do this for a living. Well, you take me in for free and show me how to do this. Mm-hmm. I thought that was dumb for a whole wide variety of reasons. One, no 70-year-old boomer is going to have a 16-year-old manage all those coins. One. Two, the guy's going to have doubts. I mean, there's tens of thousands, if not close to $1 million of inventory in there. I mean, you could just stick one in your pocket. The guy would never know, which is a fear for anybody who sells in silver. That was my fears. It's why I've only hired people I know. And then I don't want to say this because it sounds so, what's the word?
Cringe?
Maybe cringe? I don't know. It sounds, what's the word? Maybe selfish? I don't know. What I'm going to say is that they need to adapt to our way of doing things. I know that sounds like we're the better generation. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that things do change. Everything changes over time, no matter what it is. Like music has changed. I mean, 2 other years ago,
Technology
it was boring
more than
classical
anything.
music. Right.
Yeah.
Technology is one of those things. So they have to kind of adapt to the new way of doing things, or else their way will just die and our way will just take over. So if they want to survive, they have to come to our way. And I'm not trying to say that like saying, oh, yeah, we're better. I'm just saying that's just how it goes. And so if coin dealers across the country don't adapt to that, which the majority of them are not, their idea, their version of the hobby is going to die.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our way of doing the hobby is going to last the next 80 years.
They don't understand that. And our hobby, the way that we do the hobby is kind of two different parts. So for you, like say you're a coin dealer online, you're making money reselling coins as a coin dealer. But you're also a content creator, which is another part of the business that can generate way more money than some of these coin dealers or coin shops are making in a year just off making videos of coins and creating knowledgeable videos for people about coin collecting.
Yeah, there's two sides of business. It's all one company, but I kind of divided it. Coin Hub Media, which is the trade name, and then Coin Hub LLC is the name of the company. And so when I'm talking to my staff, when I say Coin Hub Media, I'm talking about like the social media side where we make videos and do live streams and stuff like that. And then when I say Coin Hub LLC, I'm talking about the buying and reselling side. It's really great. They get along really well. I think a lot of influencers like to promote other people's stuff, and I think it's great to promote your own stuff like you do because it's your own reputation, it's your own product, and you're pushing your own stuff. You're not working on somebody else's behalf. You don't have to subject to their ideas and their ways. You're doing what you want to do. And so that's how I think all coin influencers should be, is focused on their own stuff instead of promoting some overpriced coin company. And so it's really fun. I really like doing both. I will admit I like the dealer side better, but they go hand in hand. And like I said, the future of coins is in social media's hands because everything's going that way. We were just talking about money, how money itself, the very idea of money is going online. And so it's all changing really fast. And if, coin dealers don't adapt to it, their way will go away with them. And so I don't want that to happen. And that's my fear. And so I hope that any coin dealer that might be listening, maybe does a little research on it. I'm not telling you that's what you have to do, but I think it'd be really helpful to your business, like looking at Whatnot, looking at selling on eBay, look on Etsy, or selling on Facebook. I mean, there's so many great platforms to sell coins on that you'll probably make more from doing that than in your own store.
Right. Yeah. Right. Man, I appreciate you coming and talking to me, man. It's been a great conversation. I know we're both in Cincinnati, so you're a Bengals fan. What'd you think of the draft?
I knew they were gonna draft a defensive end in the first round.
What do you think about a couple wide receivers? That kind of threw me off.
They did throw me off.
I understand
we have a really good receiving core. So
I don't see Boyd staying with Higgins and Jamar's contract.
No, he's a little older. But he's great though. I mean, is there a better third string wide receiver?
It sucks you can't keep all three of them together.
Yeah. We got
it's business though.
We gotta pay for Joey. Yeah, no, it's. I love our team, man. I just love how it is now. I mean, our O-line sucked. It was so bad. Our defense was outstanding this past year. Like, just in the Ravens game, when you watch Sam Hubbard, go back 98 yards, fumble, catches the ball, and runs back 98 yards, you're just like, wow, that right there's some talent. And so I really like our team. It's young, but it's evolving, and the old elements like Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, they're going to go away, which is kind of sad. But they got rid of P. Ryan this year too. And I was just like, P. Ryan was pretty great. I mean, it wasn't top 5 or anything.
I liked him. I liked him
a lot too. And so I don't know. I'm scared, but I'm happy at the same time. I like the team how it was, except with the exception.
Are you going to go to the Super Bowl if they go?
I would have definitely gone last year.
I went to it, the one in LA.
Yeah, how was that?
It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome.
That stadium out there is unreal.
Oh, it's like what they pay like $6 billion for that thing or something like that?
It's huge, man.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It's awesome. I mean, you get 2 teams playing there too. Way better than our stadium.
My gosh.
Have you ever been down on the field in the stadium?
Yeah.
Paul Brown?
Yeah.
It's so awesome. Or I guess it's Paycor now. Dude,
Yeah.
I was throwing football down the field, and I'm like, this is the coolest experience of my life. And not many people know they can do that. So if you're in Cincy and you're looking for something to do, it's like $12 to get a tour, and they take you down there or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I did it. I got season tickets, so they just included it.
Yeah,
like, you just get to do it.
It's really cool. It's a cool experience. But I'm a huge Bengals fan. I've been a Bengals fan my whole life. It's something we dreamed about. Like I never thought I'd see it. Even when they drafted Joe Burrow in 2020, I was just like,
"There's no way.
There's no way." It didn't happen, a year later. So you're just like, "Okay, well, never mind. This is going to be awesome." And then we got to the AFC Championship. Let's not talk about that game. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, yeah, I cried.
Did you?
I did. I did cry the hardest when we lost the Super Bowl. I legitimately teared up, downright tears.
Oh, this guy next to me, man, he was like in tears at the stadium.
Did you tear up at all?
No, I didn't tear up.
Man,
I was like,
you're a man,
I was like, whatever.
I was kind of sad.
Steve Wilkos was sitting in front of me. You know Steve Wilkos?
No.
He was the Jerry Springer, the bodyguard on Jerry Springer's show, and then he has his own show now.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
That was a sad thing too,
Cincinnati
man.
guy.
I'm like, man, what's going on with Cincy? I was streaming on Whatnot, and somebody told me that, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I looked it up in the middle of the stream. I'm like, no, man, Cincinnati icon. That was a bummer.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I didn't know he was like 79 years old either.
Yeah.
I thought he was a little younger than that. So our mayor and talk show host, just a legend. Whether you like him or not, like his political beliefs, I don't care. He's a Cincinnati legend in my eyes.
The stuff that happened on his show, man, you couldn't even air
awesome.
5 minutes of it nowadays. It's
no,
like you wouldn't get by with it nowadays.
Yeah, no.
Maybe on TikTok.
Of course, you can get away with anything, on
but
TikTok.
not on cable television.
No, yeah, it was. I'm genuinely sad about that. No, when the Bengals lost the Super Bowl, I cried, and when they lost at the AFC Championship this year, I was more mad than sad. Like stupid refs. Okay, I'm not that guy. But
this has to be the year, man. Has to be.
Has to be. I mean, who stands in our way? Chiefs, but we beat them normally, and we should have beat them last time. But we all have our own theories on why that happened. And I could just be the nice guy.
The other guys in the
like, oh yeah, they won fair and square.
The Probably black and white striped uniforms.
Yep. He was the best player on the team that year.
Oh, I know it.
such a shame. I don't know who can stand in our way. The NFC is just wide open. If you look at the NFC right now, it's just like room for anyone.
Right.
My theory is that I really think it'll probably be the Eagles and Bengals in Super Bowl. Looking at anything. Last year I said it was going to be the Bills and Rams, which I was obviously quite wrong. And so maybe I'm wrong this time too. But we beat the Bills. We shut the Bills fans up.
Oh, man.
I was so tired of Josh Allen and
incredible.
Patrick Mahomes just getting all the credit. I'm like,
it's like they were playing backyard football against them,
Yeah, it's so annoying. And then when Joe Burrow shut that whole stadium up, I'm just like, let's go. Now it's Patrick Mahomes, which he's great. He really is good.
Oh, incredible.
And Joe Burrow. And I think
they're the top of the line, man.
5 to 10
Mahomes
years,
and Burrow.
We're going to see them at almost every AFC championship, just like how we saw Brady and Manning. It's going to be the same thing over again. So I just hope that Patrick switches over to NFC at some point. No, they're a good team. But I'm excited to see what happens this year. I think we're taking it all the way. Get our first trophy.
We got to get as many pass rushers as possible, man.
There's a few things that need to be changed. But
cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your time.
That's where my logo came from.
Coin Hub?
Yeah, that's where the orange is from. A lot of people think I got it
Bengals?
from.
Yeah,
Ever
from
since I got it from
the other
the other hub. But no, the colors come from the Bengals because I'm a Bengals fan, and I think black and orange is just such a clean color too. I mean, look at your hat. I mean, this is black and orange, man. It's awesome. That's where I got it from.
Get the book, Amazon, the Coin Hub, An Ultimate Guide to Coin Errors, and feel free to check him out on all social platforms. Just search Coin Hub. You'll find it on Facebook, Instagram, whatnot, YouTube, TikTok.
I don't mess with YouTube, but yeah.
Okay.
That's where you're the king of.
I'll have to teach you, man.
The king of YouTube.
Make you some more money.
No, I like my area, and
you don't want to do long form videos.
I don't have time, man.
Yeah.
It does interest me, I will admit, but that's where you're good at, and that's where I crown you king of coins over YouTube. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. You've been a huge inspiration in my career in coins. I've known you.
Thank you.
You've existed far before I have, and so I've been watching your videos for a long time. So what you do is awesome.
I love that.
I don't want to interfere with that at all.
I love that you're crushing it, man.
Well, thank you.
Because I think even on YouTube, it's not really the competitors. Before we get off here, sorry, I know I was doing an outro there. On YouTube, you got me hooked on YouTube talk now. Analytics and all that stuff's going in my mind. On YouTube, a lot of people think that they're just competing and stuff, but really, you just got to use your analytics to your advantage. Like if it says you're getting suggested from this coin channel, and this is the top coin channel that's for the week that has Lincoln pennies in the title or whatever it is. You got to dissect all that and be like, oh, well, if it's suggesting that content to my channel, then those viewers want to see that on my channel also.
Oh, for sure,
so
yeah. It's a
gonna
big
make
family.
A similar title.
It's not a super big hobby. It's not gigantic. It's not as big as football cards.
If there was only one coin channel on YouTube, he would probably make less money than with all the other people, because there'd be no one else to suggest content to him. One person can only grow so much, right?
Yeah.
But if you have everybody else growing, then it reaches a wider audience. You
Right.
ain't going to reach everyone that everyone else
might succeed
does.
here, somebody else might succeed here.
Right. Yeah.
You like making the long videos. I don't. All right, it's not
I don't really enjoy long videos. I try to keep them under
you're good
10
at
minutes.
Like I watch your videos and how beautifully they're put together and how you have all the graphics on there. It's amazing. I don't even know how to do that anymore. I mean, I used to as a kid, but now I don't. And that's what's great about your videos. Mine are just quick 60-second info shorts that are like, okay, here we go. Here's what you need to know. If you want to learn more, go check out Couch's long videos. I mean, that's what's great. We all need to work as a family and stuff. Some guys don't get along very well, and our goal is to take coins to my generation and the generation below me, because without social media, I think the hobby would be like stamps right now. Stamps are pretty much a dead hobby,
right?
And so but because of social media, the W quarters helped. COVID definitely, got people excited about again doing something.
Yeah.
Because of those three elements, coins are on the uprise, and I see a very, very bright future for coins. And so, I'm happy. I'm just humbled to be a part of coins and have some influence in the coin community. And so, what's great about us influencers, we're creating our own way for the hobby. We're not adapting to all the negative stuff that could have happened before, like a lot of dealers make it about them, making tons of money, blah, 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 blah. We're focused on bringing it to the next generation, creating a whole new platform of new young collectors. And so we have a fresh start to start over and build something great,
right?
And make it about them and not us, like what I like to think the generation before me has done. And so I'm really excited about the future of coins. I think it's nothing but uphill.
Cool, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I don't know when this is going to go up. Of course, I'll stay in touch with you, and hopefully we'll do some collaborations.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we're not far from each other, so we can always get together, make
5 minutes,
some videos or something.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
It's fun. No, thanks.
Go follow him in the comments below.